September, viewers of The Void, September 2025. We welcome you to another month of interstellar discussion. Astronomers in Hawaii have published the most detailed image of a solar flare to date. An international team of scientists is attempting to increase the proficiency of water splitting in low gravity via the addition of off-the-shelf magnets, and the International Space Station is getting a new boost system to help it maintain orbit. The first change to its boost system since launch 26 years ago. Today, we're going to spend some time looking at Saturn and ask what happens to the beach following the end of summer. I'm Science Ben. Let's transport outside and discover this month's sky. We spot the sun overhead in ever clearer skies as colder months produce less cloud coverage. Continuing to tonight, the brightest object we'll find is the moon, but not as bright as it was 2 nights ago, Sunday, when we experienced a full moon. The moon is currently traversing through a section of sky some call the sea, given the prevalence of water-centric star patterns, such as Pisces the fish, Aquarius the sea bearer, and Cetus the whale, or sea monster. A full moon is the result of the moon being positioned opposite the sun, with the Earth in the middle. This full illumination also happens with planets. Then it's called the more descriptive, being in opposition. The second brightest object in tonight's sky, gassy Saturn, reaches opposition on the 20th of this month. As the sun sits in the west, Saturn will rise in the east. It will reach its highest point at midnight, then continue until it sits in the west, just as the sun is rising in the east to welcome the morning of the 21st. Saturn will also appear bigger as it will be at perigee, the point in its orbit when it makes closest approach to Earth. Tomorrow night, the moon will appear bigger when it reaches perigee for the month. This past Sunday's full moon wasn't at its biggest, but it did appear red, briefly, for a large portion of the world. On Sunday, the Earth cast its shadow on the moon, resulting in a total lunar eclipse visible for about 88% of the world's population, however, not visible for us here in Danville, or really anywhere in the Americas. Rarely scattering is why the moon appears red during a total eclipse. Shorter wavelength colors like blues scatter more easily throughout the atmosphere, while longer wavelength colors like red disperse less easily. So, the moon appears red during a total lunar eclipse. We've talked a great deal about Saturn's having the most moons in the solar system at a whopping 274 as of this recording. With more moons, does Saturn experience more lunar eclipses? Yes it does. But maybe not as frequently as you might think. It depends on seasons and the differing lunar periods of the many moons, but overall, Saturn does experience more eclipses than does Earth. We'll have a chance to view such an occurrence the night before Saturn's opposition, when on the 19th, the largest of Saturn's moons, Titan, will cast a shadow on the planet's surface. Every 15 years, Saturn's rings appear to disappear as they line up edge-on as viewed from Earth. From about the ring plane crossing, check out March's Void. This tilt allows for Titan to line up to pass between Saturn and the Sun, resulting in the shadow. The complete transit will take about 3 hours, and to see it, you're gonna need a telescope. Look for a pin spot on Saturn that is not usually there. We know that Earth's changing lead has an effect. It's why we experience seasons. We will welcome a new astronomical season on the 22nd, the September equinox, the start of fall for the Northern Hemisphere. With our part of the Earth starting to tilt away from the sun, the days will get shorter and the weather cooler. But are there other effects? What happens to places we associate with summer, like the beach? When I think of the beach, I think of the ocean. The ocean moves in and out, back and forth. Currents, wind, density, and temperature variance play their role, but the most dramatic changes at sea are due to the tides. When the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun line up, as is the case during full and new moons, their combined gravitational effects are amplified, pulling greatly at the core of the Earth, which causes the planet to bulge out like an overfilled jelly donut. As our location on Earth rotates in and out of these bulges throughout the day, the water in our oceans is pushed and pulled, creating changing sea levels that we call tides. When the Earth, the Moon, and Sun are aligned, tides have a larger variance in levels in what are known as spring tides. When the three bodies are most misaligned, like during quarter moon phases, tide levels are less varied, neap tides. There are usually 2 periods of spring and 2 periods of neap tides each month. Distance also has an effect on gravity. When Earth is at perihelion, its closest distance to the Sun, tidal forces are amplified, resulting in even more drastic activity, sometimes called king tide. For the Northern Hemisphere, this happens in early January. Maybe ask for a surfboard for Christmas. October brings the return of Orion the Hunter to the night sky and a bevy of meteor showers. We'll discuss more about these the second Tuesday of next month, Tuesday, October the 14th. We hope you'll join us again. Until then, thanks for watching and keep discovering.